Good morning and welcome to Peace Out, where we are all learning together to peace out. At least I'm working on it every day. I hope I'm getting a little bit faster. Even if I haven't mastered it yet, I hope I'm getting a little bit faster when things happen to go, okay, God, you got me. We all right. We're going to be all right. Right? So, by the way, Command Your Morning, my latest devotional, went live yesterday morning. Actually, while I was doing the broadcast, when I got off, I checked it and it had gone live while we were doing the broadcast. So it's now available on Kindle and in print on Amazon. So you can get either one or both. You can get both if you want. That way you don't ever have to miss a day, right? Anyway, so that is available along with, I don't even know how many other books are on there. I think that's my 13th self-published book, maybe my 14th. I'll have to go back and count. I didn't count every little thing either, so I'll have to see how many it actually is, but it does. So definitely my 13th book that I've just actually written a book. I've got other books that have stuff in them that's not necessarily something I specifically wrote, like 101 Gifts for Caregivers. Now, technically published it, technically wrote it, but anyway, so I don't think I counted that one. But anyway, it is available, so go grab a copy and enjoy. So I'm already working on the next one now. So I'm actually working on 2 next ones now, 3 projects I'm working on. I don't know when I'm going to get them done or when I'm going to work on them. But anyway, okay. So this week we're talking about things that look like they were the end and they were actually a new beginning. And it started a whole new phase of people's lives, or it started a whole new something. Something became new when it looked like everything had ended, right? So today I've toyed with this one. I wasn't sure if I wanted to or not, and I didn't know how I was going to bring it out. But this morning, as I was looking at it again, I was like, oh, this is perfect. I want to talk about Rahab the harlot. How would you like if your name, whatever you were in your past, whether you're a cheater or a liar, if they always called your name the liar, always called your name the cheater, always called your name the prostitute. I mean, just like, come on, let's just say Rahab. Can't we just say Rahab? Because she obviously, it was Old Testament, so she didn't get saved, but she began to follow God. And this was a pivotal moment in her life. They had come in, children of Israel moving across, headed towards the promised land. Moses has just died. Joshua has taken them across here, and they come to Jericho, and God's like, just take Jericho. And so they're going to start marching around. But Joshua sent a couple of spies in first, right? In Joshua chapter 2. And Rahab hid the spies, but she said something that showed me that she had pivoted. So my word of the day is a pivotal moment, right? And she said, I know the Lord has given you the land. And she even told the spies, she goes, we are scared of you because we know that God's given you this land and there's nothing we can do about it, right? So then, as you go on down, she's talking to them, she's asking them, she's like, please, spare my family. But she says this, she says, for the Lord your God is the supreme God of the heavens above and the earth below. For the Lord your God is the supreme God of the heavens above and the earth below. And of course, they promised her that she would be spared and her whole family was spared when Jericho fell. Then Jericho falling would have seemed like an end, right? Where she lived, her whole life was fixing to change. The whole life of her whole family was getting ready to change because everything is new. But that was a pivotal moment in her life to say, I know the God you serve is the supreme God. He's the creator of the heavens and earth. He is God. That, if that was New Testament, we would say, well, maybe it was a salvation moment, right? But it was that moment where it was pivotal. And she goes, I know your God is the God. I know God is God, the creator of the heavens and the earth. He is God. And I want to serve him. I want to trust him. I want him to be my God. And it changed everything in her life. Now we know later on with Rahab, she married an Israelite. She actually is one of the only 4 women mentioned in the lineage of Jesus. She actually was related to Jesus physically, genetically, right? Halfway, right? She was mentioned in the lineage of Christ. What a change. What looked like an end. Here they come. Jericho is about to be destroyed. It's going to come to an end. But she, along with her family, were the only ones from Jericho that got a new beginning in that instant, right? Jericho's gone, but Rahab and her family gets a new beginning, even though it was something that looked like it was an end. So I was thinking about that. I thought, isn't that, so this is what I'm going to write my devotions for caregivers on this here a little bit too. That pivotal moment where you just go, I know things look bad. I know things look tough. I know I don't even know what to do. I got decisions to make and I don't know which to decide. I don't know exactly which way things are going to go. But no matter what, I will trust God. And I had two such pivotal moments in my journey, especially as a caregiver, and I want to share one of them. I was actually standing in Christopher's bedroom. This is when we lived in Norman several years ago now. And I remember just crying out to God and going, I can't handle one more thing. I cannot do one more thing. And as plain as day, this thought went through my head. Now, I'm going to say God spoke to me, but you can call it whatever you're comfortable with, right? But I went, God, I can't handle one more thing. And plain as day, this thought said, or what? And I mean, it just was a stark reality. I was like, well, or what? Well, if there is one more thing, I guess I'm just going to trust God anyway. And it was that pivotal moment when I realized no matter how bad it got, no matter how heavy it got, no matter how hard and difficult things got, no matter how complicated it got, no matter how messed up things seemed, I was still going to trust God, period. So what looked like the end of what I could handle was really a beginning on a new pathway to trust God with brand new stuff. Right? So it wasn't at the end. I'm still here, right? I'm still reading Word. I'm still trusting Him to even today, right? I'm still trusting Him. I got decisions to make today, but I'm still trusting Him. I still got a plate full of stuff that I don't know how to handle emotionally, physically, financially, all of these things. But that one decision, I'm just gonna trust God anyway. Just like Rahab said, I know that He is God. And I'm going to trust Him. And everything rests in that moment. Everything changes, even though nothing changes. But you just changed the end. You changed the end of the story because you made that turn to say, I'm going to trust God with all this. And if one more thing comes today, but then I'm just going to trust Him with that one more thing too. And it settles so much in your heart, in your brain, this little busy brain of mine. It settles so much to just go, well, no matter what, I'm going to make one decision. And that is, I will trust God, period. That's it. Everything else has to line up behind that. So what looks like an end, what looks like a defeat, what looks like a failure, what looks like fill in the blank of whatever you're dealing with, God says, nope, because you're trusting me. I got you. Sure, it hurts. Sure, it's difficult. Sure, you're trying to find your way along this path you can't even see sometimes. But if you're going to trust God, He's still going to carry you through, period. Yes and amen. It's that pivotal moment of saying, okay, God, I'm going to trust you. And I know you've got me with all my no matter whats. And that's when we can peace out and just trust Him for the rest of the day. Peace out, you guys. Have a great day. I'll see you again tomorrow.